Welcome to the UND Intramural Broomball Online Captain's PowerPoint. The Assistant Director of Wellness Programs is Patrick Marco, and the Intramural Program Manager for Broomball is Chris Lee. All games will be played on the Olympic rink in the Ralph Engelstad Arena. Here are the starting and ending dates of the regular season league and the playoff season for this. As the captain, you serve as the liaison between the intramural program and your team. Make sure you are familiar with all sport rules and intramural policies. Make sure that each of your players are eligible to participate and let them know of scheduled game times. Let us know if you're unable to make it and regularly check your email for updates from the intramural staff. Before their first contest, each one of your players must be registered and join your team's roster on iamleagues.com, where you will be able to find all schedules, rules, and free agent listings. In order to be eligible, all players must be a UND student or a faculty or staff member with a Wellness Center membership, be on your IM Leagues team roster, and have their UND ID on them. Players can be added to the roster at any time before playoffs, but they can only play for one team. Any ineligible player caught will subject themselves and their team to penalties outlined in the intramural handbook. Each team in every game will be rated on a 1 to 4 point scale for their sportsmanship before, during, and after a contest. If a player is ejected from a contest, that player will be suspended from their next game. A forfeit occurs when a team has no players on site at game time. That team will then be ineligible for playoffs, and if they receive 2 forfeits, the team will be dropped from the league. A default occurs when a team has players present, but the minimum number has not yet been met. Or if the captain notifies the intramural office that they will not be attending a game at least 6 hours in advance. If they receive 2 defaults, the team will be ineligible for playoffs, and if they receive 3 defaults, they will be dropped from the league. To compete in playoffs, teams must have won at least 2 games, a cumulative sportsmanship rating of 3 or higher, no forfeits, and no more than 1 default. Only players that participated in the regular season can participate in playoffs, and playoff scheduling may be different than regular season scheduling. No individual is allowed to be in possession or under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Any player caught will be immediately removed, suspended from their next game, and reported to UND safety. Team names must be appropriate. If deemed inappropriate by intramural staff, they will be immediately changed. The intramural staff is first aid and CPR certified and will provide initial emergency care to any injured parties. Participation is voluntary. Any bleeding players must immediately leave the game area and cannot return until the wound is covered, the bleeding has stopped, and any blood-stained clothing has been removed. Report all injuries to the intramural staff. No boots or open-toed footwear are allowed, and all jewelry must be removed for all intramural contests. The game consists of 3 15-minute periods, and teams can only have between 3 and 5 players on the rink at a time. There may be no more than 1 male than female, and vice versa, not counting the goalie. The goalie may use their hands and throw to teammates, but can't score on a throw unless it hits someone or something before going into goal. A female must be the goalie for at least 1 full period. To score, the ball must fully cross over the goal line, and will be disallowed if the player high sticks, slap shots, or hits the ball in with their hand or foot. If the game is still tied after the 3 periods, there will be a 3-player shootout. One of the players must be female. If still tied after the shootout during the regular season, the game will end in a tie. During playoffs, there will be a sudden death shootout. All players will shoot before repeating players. This video is only a small overview of the rules. Please read and be familiar with all sport rules and the intramural handbook. For a full list of intramural sports, visit iamleagues.com/UND. Thanks for watching. If you have any further questions, please visit und.com/intramurals.